Hello, thanks for clicking on Just Beast Fitness. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo. Today we are training our shoulders. As you know, if you're somebody who's interested in having an aesthetic body, that body that makes you look like a Greek god, that V-taper shape, you need to train your shoulders. And if even you are a girl and you want to have that figure 8, one of the ways, and this is a cheat code by the way, one of the ways of making your waist look smaller is by having a wider and broader shoulder. You look more beautiful with the wider shoulder than without, whether you're a lady or a man. And guess what, another thing, if you're a man, according to science, you are more attractive to both men and women when you have a bigger ratio between your waist and your shoulders, which means the bigger the difference between your shoulders and your waist, the more attractive you are considered by human eyes. So if that's not enough reason why you need to train your shoulders, then I don't know what is. Now we're starting right now with some warm-up, and we're warming our shoulders with some pull-ups. And yeah, I know you're wondering why. That is because these are the same movements that will be involved when you're doing the movements that we want to do, that are the shoulders. The shoulders that it moves during the pull-ups is the same shoulder we are going to move when you're doing the shoulders. So right now we are starting with the lateral raises, and as you can see, we are starting with alternating lateral raises, one arm at a time. So we hit one side to failure, then we repeat the same on the other side. And I want you to notice something when we are doing lateral raises. Number one, we control the weight really slowly, especially when coming down. I see majority of you guys in the gym always dropping the weight down to your laps, and then you're wondering why is it that your shoulders don't grow however much you try to train them. That could be the reason. Start holding the weight up there for a microsecond, then you bring it down. And the reason why we hold it up there is because when you hold the weight up there, it's easier to control it on your way down than when you just go up, boop, then you come back down. It makes it more difficult. If that's making sense, you could like the video, because this is going to be a very awesome video. Now we're going to the left side, we do the same. And I want you to understand here that when the left side is tired, we don't stop completely, but rather we go to the other side, we do it, then we come to the other side, we repeat it, then the other side. That one makes it one set. We do it 3 times for each and every arm. You can do it from 5 to 10 reps per shoulder. And if you do that, you're going to feel a burn and a pump like you've never felt before. Another reason why I do one shoulder at a time, of course, you could always do both. There's some workouts that I do both, but now there's a reason for doing that. Somebody will think that in a way it wastes time, which is true. You take longer when you're doing one shoulder at a time compared to when you do 2 at the same time. But now again, sometimes it's okay to forgo the time, sacrifice the time for better gains. And how is that? I mean that when I do one arm at a time, I get to concentrate more on that arm, so I'll control the weight more. And number 2, I will also be able to hold it at the top there, and all my energy will just be used on one arm at a time. Is that making sense? Now got the second set. Now this is the second set for the shoulders, and I want you to notice that we are really controlling the weight. That's another reason why I'm telling you that you need one of the reasons why you do them one at a time. But of course it's okay to do both arms at the same time. But if you've never tried these, I would recommend that you try, then you let me know how it feels, because personally this one is one of the best way I train my shoulders, and I feel it really well. I get an awesome pump, and I get some crazy stretch and tension during the movement. And I think that's one of the best signals to show you that the workout you're doing is working or not. So personally, I believe these ones work, and if you have a better workout that you think is better for my side shoulders, that is using the dumbbells, of course you can always comment below and let me know. Personally, I like this so much. And also, if you work out and you do this and you feel some crazy change, man, don't forget to come down to the video maybe 3 months later and just tell me, man, I did it and it worked, because those are the things that make me know that I'm helping you. Let you not be the few people who get help but they don't say it. It's okay, just say it. It's not like I want you to praise me, it's not like I want anything from you, but in a way it acts like fuel to know that there's somebody who finds these videos valuable, because that's what matters the most. Especially these moments when you notice that we don't get so many views. We don't want to be in a situation where we feel like, since we don't get many views, these videos are not valuable. One of the best way I know we'll feel like there's value we're getting out of these videos is when you guys, even if just one, just say that, these videos are helpful. That one pumps me a lot. And of course there are guys who do that, and that's why I keep on doing this. Always there are guys who comment on these videos. You guys, yourselves, the guys that always view my videos every time I upload them, even without thumbnail and titles. Imagine, sometimes I just post videos with the date because of my lazy ass. Sometimes I find that I just posted a video without a title, and I find some of you have even watched and liked, and I'm like, that is crazy. I can't help but say thank you, because when you do that, you have no idea what you do. When you do that, you make me want to do more of these videos, because it fulfills my dreams of making people healthier. And you know what, when I do more of these videos and I help you and you make me do more of them, it makes me help more people. And that's the world we want, you see, so that we better all of us. Because I know we complain all the time that the world is a bad place. You know what makes the world a bad place is not the cats we have, the dogs we have, or the wind or the weather. The world is a bad place because of many bad people. And I think the more we try our best to reduce the number of bad people around, I think the better the world will become. So we get the next workout, which is an overhead press. This is a very good workout for the front and the side delts. Delts are shoulders, by the way, for those who don't know. When I say delts, I mean shoulders. So this is a very good workout for that one, for the side delts and the front delts. And the reason why I use machine is because, if you notice, every movement I tend to go in each and every set, I tend to go close enough to failure with the machine, if you notice that. Unlike when I'm using the dumbbells or the bar. And the reason is simple. It's less scary when you use the machine than when you use the bar or the dumbbells. In other words, when I use the machine, there's no fear of something dropping on me when I get to failure. But with the machine, I can stop at any place when I get to failure. So I can always push myself over and over again without fearing getting crushed with the weights. But when it comes to the dumbbells and the barbells, overhead press, of course, if I want to get close or beyond failure, I need somebody standing behind me to give me that morale and confidence. Now, as you notice, now we are doing the lateral raises, the normal lateral raises. And already we've done, there were 2 sets of single arm dumbbell lateral raises. Then we did 2 sets of machine overhead press. Then now we are on the second set of lateral raises. Those are already 6 sets. We are on the 6th set of the shoulders. Then somebody will be wondering, why are we doing so many sets? And yet shoulders is a very small muscle. And I always tell you guys that when the muscle group is smaller, you don't need so many sets. But now the reason is this. The shoulder has so many heads. It has the front, the side, and the back ones. So which we call, the front one is the one we gets activated the most when you do stuff like push-ups and the most of the presses like bench press. That is the shoulder that we see when somebody looks at you from front. Then there's that one that makes you look wider by the side. That is the lateral head of the shoulders. That one is the one we activate when you do the lateral raises. Then there's that rear delt, or the hind delt, or the delt that is behind you. I don't know how you can call it. The one that is behind you. That is the one we call, or the rear delt. That one is the one we are hitting right now with these face pulls. So that's the reason why we are hitting this muscle with so many sets of workouts, because all these sets are more targeted to one specific part and less to the others. Of course, all of them tend to generally hit the whole shoulders, but they tend to activate a certain part more than the other. So you need to get that in mind. So of course, when you're doing your workouts, I just don't want you to be the person who just does a lot of lateral raises and you don't do any presses or the front raises, because what happens is you just have one side of your delts growing, and then you wonder why you look weird compared to maybe the Instagram model that you're following and you want to look like. It's because of that you need to train all the heads of the muscle. That means you need to do some flies, mean the reverse flies for the rear delts. You need to do some lateral raises for the side or the mid delts. Also, you need to do some front raises for the from the front delts, so that you have that 3D or so-called type of a shoulder that everybody wants to have. I don't know, if you don't want to have such kind of a shoulder, then chances are you're on the wrong video. You're watching the wrong videos, because by this channel, I can't lie to you, it's not just for you to be fitter. Of course, that's number one reason. We want you to to be fitter. We want you to be able to run for longer distances, to sprint, to be able to carry your body and so on, and also to be stronger and more flexible. But I can't lie to you, we also care about aesthetics. We want you to look good too. We want you to feel proud about your body. We want you to look at yourself in the mirror naked, and you don't rush to get something to cover yourself because you're ashamed with how you look. So that matters too. As far as I'm concerned, that matters, because you just don't want to have a healthy body, but you want to have a healthy mind too. And one of the ways you have a healthy mind is when you're confident enough that you look good. It's very difficult always convincing yourself that you look good when deep down you know you don't. It's very difficult to look confident in front of people who look good, because in this world we live, of course, there are those people who judge by appearances. Of course, everybody or majority of people judge by appearances. So people just treat you differently if you look fat, or if you are skinny, that people just think that they need to shine with you and bully you around. So you need yourself looking good, you need yourself looking strong. It's good for you, and it's good for your health and mental health too, by the way. So I will not lie to you that, here we just for good health. Of course, that's the most important part, but it's not the only part, man. There is that part where we have to look good, and that's why you see, I'm telling you guys, you have to do the workout in a certain way. The form has to be right, because if you just care about being stronger, the form doesn't matter so much. Just about moving heavy weights around. But of course, we care about how we look here. So if you don't really care about how you look, I don't know, maybe I don't know why you choose to live such a life. It's not nice. You need to care, by the way. You need to care. You need to give a fuck about how you look. Let me say it that way so that it can make more sense. By the way, this is another workout. If you don't usually do it, I need you to. This is one of the ways you can train your rear delts. The delts that you see that part that is swelling just next to my ear. That is the muscle just behind there. That one is a rear delts, and that is one of the ways you train them, and they pop really well, so that when somebody looks at you from the back, they see you have a very awesome shoulder. And that is how you train it. And if you want to see a tutorial on how I do this workout, of course, tell me in the comments below. Just tell me you want any of these workouts that I've done here, and you want me to do a detailed video breakdown step by step on how to do them right. I will let you do that. But if you can, by just watching these videos, you can copy paste exactly what you're seeing here. If you can do them exactly how I'm doing it right now, then you're good to go, man. Just go and replicate these, and just come and thank me later. Just come and say thank you, And of course, if you don't want to say thank you, just teach the next person in your gym. Don't be the person who is selfish because you got new knowledge you don't want to share. Of course, if you don't want to share with them, you can share with them this video so that they can watch for themselves, and they can choose the type of workouts that they will want out of this. Because of course, I don't expect you to like all the workouts that I do. Some of them are so brutal, and some of you, I know, don't like brutal workouts, and some of them are also not hard enough for some of you who are beasts, and maybe you think they're not good enough. Of course, if that's you, you can just do the ones that you feel are beastly as you are, sir. Okay, now we're doing this is an old press, by the way. This is a very good workout for the shoulders. It hits all the shoulders, and also this is a very good workout for time under tension. It makes you have a longer time under tension because the movement is super long. You have to twist your arm around, up and down, and that is good because one rep itself can take you, like, let's say 5 to 10 seconds, and you can imagine just doing several of those ones, getting to the minimum of 40 seconds that you need for you to get enough time and attention is easier when you do such movements. So I'm doing that with this one, and right now these are the movements I usually call finishers. I do this just to make sure that all the shoulder feel pumped, because there's that stage that we just want to get that hypertrophy going, just pushing that muscle to make it get that awesome stretch. Then there's that moment that now energy is low and you just want to feel that some super pump and send all the blood just right to those joints and those muscles so that we feel that pump. I don't know about you, but personally I love leaving the gym feeling pumped. It feels so bad if I leave the gym and I feel like I can't remember which part of the body I trained, because maybe I was making so much story in between the workouts that I didn't get an awesome pump. Because by there, that's one of the ways to know that you are making too much stories or you are over resting in between your sets, when you don't get that pump. Because if you concentrate on the muscle and you hit it right long enough, you're going to get a pump. That's a guarantee. You understand? If you do, just sit back and watch, because now this is the time for some of you have been waiting for, the time where we have to show the physique and see how far. By the way, I know this looks like steroids, right? No, we're very natural. I know that sounds like bragging, by the way. They usually say that you need to train so hard until you get steroid claims. You need to train so hard until you get steroids, fake nutty accusations. Like, you need to work so hard until they start calling you fake nutty. Before they start calling it fake nutty, it means you're not eating enough or you're not training enough. They need to look at you and say that this guy is using some sort of drugs. Personally, if you watch me and you don't see any sort of drugs, it means I'm not working enough. So if by then you think that I look very natural, you can tell me in the comments below, so that I start working harder and I start eating more. Because personally, when I look at myself, I usually think I'm on steroids, by the way. But I'm not. I've never tested. I never have. I don't know if I ever will one day, but I've never been interested, by the way. It doesn't mean that, no pun intended, I don't in any way judge the guys who use steroids, because if it makes you happy, so what? After all, the guys who use steroids look so awesome, especially the guys who don't look super massive. The classic guys, and the main physique guys, those guys look great. Sometimes I usually say that I wish I could look like them naturally. But you never know. We're doing this every day. Maybe the next 10 years we will look like them. What I know is we just have to do it over and over again for us to find out. If we stop in between, we will never know if we could look at them like them in the next 10 years. Understand? And of course, if you are one of those guys who enjoy such content and you're somebody who wants to look fit in their 60s, you want to be stronger in your 60s than you were in your 20s, I guess you need to subscribe on this video. You need always to click on that bell, because it notifies you anytime I upload such awesome videos. And of course, let me see you in the next one if you have subscribed. See ya.